Hey everyone, long time no see. I'm back today with a book haul. I was just on vacation, and whenever I go on vacation, I tend to wander into a Barnes & Noble where I should not ever be allowed because the books are kind of overpriced and I literally could spend about 4 hours in there. So I'm gonna run through them because I think I got some good ones, and here we go. First book I picked up was Scandinavian folk pattern coloring book. I'm a big fan of the adult coloring books. I like to color in them quite often. Good stress reliever, boredom buster, whatever. This one had really cool patterns. I kind of like folksy stuff. But anyway, so I just picked up, it has, I don't know if you can see any of that, but it has cool patterns that I really hadn't seen. So I feel like some of the other coloring books are copycats of like The Secret Garden and the other books that kind of started the trend. But this one seemed way different. Like, I don't know. I just really like this. It was $7.98, which I thought was a pretty good deal because a lot of the ones I've seen are like $10, $15. So next book I picked up was one that I actually read a little bit in high school. We read an insert of it, we read a little bit of it in high school. It's The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan, the 25th anniversary edition. This is a very well-known book. Oh, what? Just found my Easter card from my grandma. Wondered where that went. This is a really well-known book. Amy Tan's a very well-known author. She primarily writes about Asian cultures, especially Asian American experiences. I'm very interested in that aspect, or that genre, I guess if you will, of literature at the moment. This is her best known book. It's about 4 Chinese women who were born in America, and then it tells their story, but it also tells their mother's story, who all have immigrated from China. So I just wanted to read the whole thing. I remember reading a chapter or 2 of it in high school and really liking it and just never picking it up. So I grabbed it. It was, oh my gosh, $16. Those Barnes & Noble prices. The next book I picked up was, this one is near and dear to my heart, Brooklyn by, Colm, Toibin. Oh my god, I can't speak Irish. I have no idea how you would even say it. Colm? That might be how you say it. Colm. Not even gonna try it. Anyone knows how to pronounce this, please let me know. I'm interested. I broke my rule of watching it. I watched this film before I read the book. I actually didn't know it was a book until after I'd seen the film, and the film adaptation of this is amazing. It was nominated for a bunch of Oscars. I just watched it randomly one night. I'd heard it was really good. I decided to give it a try. One of the best movies I think I've ever seen in my life. It's just tells the story of an Irish immigrant's experience. I have a lot of immigration history going on, I just realized in this book haul. Whatever. Interesting. I'm interested. But it's this girl, and she immigrates to Brooklyn from Ireland to just try a different life. She leaves behind her mother and sister and just tells her story of what happens on her way here and when she gets here. And it's based, I believe, in the 1950s is when she immigrates, which is a little different. I've never read anything. Usually if I do, it's more early 1900s Ellis Island kind of immigration stories. So this one's different. I'm really interested to see how the book compares to the movie, but I loved the movie so much. I can't imagine I won't love this. It also has a really nice love story, and I mean, who doesn't love that? It's, I can't wait to read this one. Next book I picked up was Orphan Train by Christina Kline. Honestly, I don't know much about this. I know a little bit about the Orphan Train. That was a thing in the Great Depression era, I believe, where people who could no longer afford to feed their children would place them on a train, especially if in the urban areas. They would be put on a train and they would be sent to farms where they would be fed, and they would work and be kind of like adopted, I guess. They weren't legally adopted. Some of them were, not all of them. But they would work on these farms for these families who would feed and clothe them and house them. It weaves a modern story of a teenage volunteer who I believe is working with an elderly woman who was on an orphan train, and it tells her experience. Again, add it to the immigration kind of history, because this, I believe the woman is an immigrant, an Irish immigrant in the story. It just seems really interesting. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I saw it on the recommended reads table, and I decided to give it a try. Next book I picked up was The Queen of the Tearling by Erika Johansen. I've heard a lot about this book. I know Reagan from Prue's Project has raved about this book. I believe it's something about a girl who runs a kingdom. I'm not really good at knowing plots, but it says on the back, the tear is just as easy to get sucked into as Westeros, ooh, sorry if I butchered that, or Hogwarts or Panem. Okay, USA Today. We shall see. Yeah, I don't read a lot of fantasy novels like this, so I thought I'd give this one a go. It was also on the recommended, or like, popular books at the moment table with the Orphan Train, so. Last but not least, I picked up Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. I actually already read this, but let me tell you, it's amazing. Although if you're gonna buy it, don't buy it in store at Barnes & Noble. It was $30, and so I returned it and got it for, I believe, $14.99, $16.99 on Amazon. Much better deal because it only comes in a hardback. But this is just a personal memoir about someone who suffers from mental issues, mental health problems, and she just puts such a funny and relatable spin on it. This book is awesome. I talk about it more in my wrap up, so if you want to hear more, go ahead and watch that. Those are all the books I've purchased in the past month. Hopefully I'll have another haul coming soon, because Lord knows I buy way too many books. It's unhealthy the amount I buy. But if you like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys soon.